fuck you. Go away. Go find your women wherever you want if you're not satisfied. I don't know what to tell you. If you want a woman who barely even speaks English and just has to suck your dick, go for it.
You see the anger? Do you see that? Triggered immediately. Well, F you then. Just go overseas. We don't need you. Whatever. Bye, loser. What are you, 30 plus? No ring, no prospects for children, no man, no husband, no nothing.
The modern Western woman faces significant difficulty in understanding the growing Passport Brothers movement. First, make sure to like and share the video. Now, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon, so you never miss the video again.
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care.
Who's the sender? You're talking about deleting a baby just because it's male. Just because it's male. This is probably why all her partners have been potential partners.
I don't care. I might as well be one of those people that flip out and cry when they're having a girl at a gender reveal because I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
This is a woman who believes that men in general are evil.
My husband frequently talks to me being like, when are you going to be done with your bachelor's? When are you going to be done with your bachelor's? I'm so tired of watching you get stressed. I just want you to stay home all day and do what you love. Cook, hang out, you know, hang out with the cat. Like he genuinely, and he was so much more excited when I got my job at the grocery store than he was when I brought home my 4 point whatever GPA for the whateverth time this last semester. And honestly, like if you really want to just be able to hook a guy, like be good at making food. I promise you.
Why you think they so mad at the Passport Bros? Dudes that they didn't want anyway. You know why they're mad? Because they are terrified that those dudes is going to fly to another country. They're going to see how those women act. They're going to see how those women treat the men. They're going to experience how those women treat them. And then they're going to come back and tell us. And then we're going to look at them and say, wait a minute. We don't have to put up with this?
Many respond with confusion or even hostility toward men who choose to pursue relationships with women from other countries. Rather than engaging in self-reflection, some Western women shift focus to criticizing the women from abroad, questioning their motives, values, or lifestyles, without acknowledging the deeper reasons why this trend is gaining traction.
Some of them talk so badly about black women in America, saying you guys are too bossy, you're too much, you're not feminine enough for them.
I think that sounds a lot to me like insecurities and the inability to seek what you want with what you have, where you are.
You're insecure. You're also an ignoramus. You're too dumb to know what you're doing. You're taking advantage. You're a predator. Shaming language. You see this?
To truly grasp what's fueling the Passport Brothers movement, it's essential to examine the shifting attitudes and behaviors within Western dating culture, particularly among women. It's easy to point fingers at the men who are leaving, but doing so often ignores the more complex reality driving their decisions.
This one's for the men who just say they've given up on Western women and are going to go abroad for a woman. I understand some of your frustrations.
No,
but
you don't.
If you're going to be a passport bro, there are certain downsides. First of all, you have no idea if this woman is using you for a visa or your money. You're not going to be able to have fun banter with her. She might be more feminine.
We're not looking for best friends. We don't care about banter like you guys care. Women, stop thinking that men are the same thing as you guys. We care about totally different things.
But she might not feel like your best friend.
Nobody cares.
She might feel more like a maid service. Number 2, you're definitely going to run into some cultural differences. Is she going to be willing to give up her family, her friends, her career, just to come to the States for you? You guys...
At the core of this shift is a dramatic change in gender dynamics across Western societies. In recent decades, women have made tremendous strides in career advancement, education, and independence. These achievements are not only commendable, they're necessary. However, they have also brought unintended consequences to the dating landscape.
Also going to run into the issue of where to live. Or are you willing to move there? Passport broing is a cop-out for something that can be easily solved. This one's for the...
People always come to me saying, let's travel, let's go here. Okay, let's go. Let's book the flight right now. Book the hotel. I'm ready. I've been ready. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
He want my number, had to hit him with the fantasizing, got him fiending for this.
Most American women are wired for divorce. Many of them come into your life just to divorce you. True that. Most American women live on fast food. Checkers, KFC, Popeye chicken, and McDonald's. I do not want to go through having to buy food every day outside. This is one of the reasons why I would prefer to get married to an African woman, because African women, they have been trained to make food in the house.
You know, I know this sounds harsh, but I know women that will jump in and out of marriage, been married 3 or 4 times, and at least he said Popeye's chicken. I've seen some of y'all plates pouring corn out the can. He should have said a lot of you American men go to work 12 hours a day and come home and eat a tomato sandwich, because I know those too.
Many modern Western women now place greater emphasis on career growth, self-development, and personal autonomy, often delaying or deprioritizing traditional family structures. While those choices are valid and empowering, they can sometimes lead to misalignment with what many men are still looking for: partnership, cooperation, and shared long-term goals.
If you're wondering why the Passport Bros movement exists, watch this.
The Passport Bro movement in America exists because men in America, they lack motivation, they're mediocre, and women in America have to work, they get educated, and they start making money because they have to. So why would American women have to put up with a man that don't have any of those qualities? These Passport Bros, they think they can go to another country and offer this woman, and he says it in the video, that if he goes to the Philippines and he offers a woman a better life, he said it right there, he's just basically manipulating these women into thinking that they're gonna have a better life with them, which they might, because they may live in very poor areas. But guess what? If you bring her to America, that's expensive. You're going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to be the provider. You're going to have to pay for all her bills. If she doesn't have an education, you might even have to pay for her education, and she might end up leaving you, because life here is different, and you can't expect women in America to be like the women in other countries. You can't expect women here in America to go for a guy that's below them. If I go to school, I make 6 figures. I want a man that makes 6 figures too, or more. Because men in America, they want their women to go 50-50 on the bills and 50-50 maybe on the household and the chores, which usually is more like 90-10. So why would a woman here settle for some loser? We have high expectations because we can. I literally just saw a video of a guy that is stranded in the Dominican Republic, and he's broke, and he's asking people to cash app him money for his ticket back to the US. Because this man, they're broke in America, and they go to another country where the value of the dollar is a lot higher, and they lie to these women, and they pretend that they're wealthy men when they're not. So they are gaslighting this woman into thinking that they're going to come here and they're going to have this great life. Just stop lying to women. It doesn't matter if they're from another country. They are women. They have expectations, and you're lying to them. And you know what? Most quality men in America, they have no problem finding women here.
As a result, some men feel increasingly marginalized or undervalued. Faced with a dating market where they feel either invisible or constantly on the defensive, these men are choosing an alternative. They are seeking out women from cultures where traditional values and complementary roles are still prioritized, where they feel respected, needed, and appreciated.
Influencers lie to our women. They tell y'all that y'all can travel out like the Passport Bros could. Yes, you can travel out like the Passport Bros, but they will find wives. You will not find a husband. You will find getting smashed first, because American women, their mouth disqualifies them from a lot of things. And foreign men are not going to put up with that foolery. See, what you need to do is get your mindset right now. Get it fixed now, so that you can find a brother that's here, that you can learn how to submit properly. Take heed to the message.
The rise of the Passport Brothers isn't about running away from modern women, it's about running toward a different kind of relationship dynamic. One that many feel has become difficult to find at home. Until that perspective is honestly considered, the disconnect between modern Western women and the men choosing a different path will only grow wider.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.